Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to start a new segment here. I haven't decided on a name yet. I've been thinking of a name. Weenie Watch, Walk in the Park. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. But today, we are starting here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we are going to do monthly updates in all of the parks. There's a lot going on at all these parks at any given time. So month to month, I thought I could come to the parks, see what's under construction, see what has recently opened, and we'll just see what's generally going on. This is something that I think I'd like to do regularly, every month. And we're going to start here in Hollywood Studios because there's something very interesting happening here that Disney has not announced, but we're going to go check it out. So let's go ahead and get into Hollywood Studios, and then I'll see you guys on the other side of the turnstiles. So Hollywood Studios is one of the parks that has gotten some of the most attention recently. So there isn't a whole lot going on here in Hollywood Studios. However, let's just go land by land, see if we see anything. And we'll start here in the Hollywood Boulevard section with Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, because there is an interesting rumor happening with Rock and Roller Coaster. I guess something worth noting here in Hollywood Studios on Hollywood Boulevard is that Fantasmic was down for quite a while after the pandemic, but it did come back. And Disneyland's Fantasmic is currently closed due to the fire with the dragon, but Walt Disney World at Hollywood Studios still has Fantasmic. As we are walking into the Rock and Roller Coaster area here, there's an interesting rumor. And if you see on the sign, it says Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. And the rumor is that it may no longer be starring Aerosmith for much longer. We don't know if it's even true, how much longer that might last, if the rumors are true. But recently, Muppets Mayhem came out on Disney Plus, and apparently it was pitched in the original pitch of the movie to change Rock and Roller Coaster over to Muppets. And with that, there's nothing really in that back area of the park going on, just that one rumor with Rock and Roller Coaster, and it is a rumor. We don't know if it's actually going to happen, but it might. Who knows? But now that does actually lead into something else, and we'll head over that way now. All right, so we've hung a left off of the main entry street, and we're here over by Hollywood and Vine and the Tifty's Diner. We're coming back here to the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular area because the old gift shop for Indiana Jones has now become the Den of Destiny for a short period of time. Inside of the Indiana Jones Den of Destiny, there's some props from the movie. There's a display of some merchandise. There's the iconic Indiana Jones hat and whip. But mostly it's a bar. So they have some drinks, and there's a menu of drinks that you can order from. But it's nice that there is some displays of props. There's more reason to go in there than just the drinks. So if you're in Hollywood Studios, while this is open, be sure to check out the Den of Destiny. While you're over at the Den of Destiny, if you didn't know, you can also come to the exit pathway of the stunt show, and you can view some screen-used vehicles from some of the Indiana Jones movies. I don't know exactly which ones, but it's a tank and another truck. Pretty cool little props. We're gonna keep walking past the stunt show here. We're gonna head this way to the left side of the park, past the Vacation Fun, the Mickey and Minnie Short Theater. We're gonna see what's going on back here. There's some interesting work walls that have popped up. We are passing by the Star Tours entrance here and heading towards Grand Avenue because what I wanted to talk about next may have something to do with Star Tours. If it were up to me, there would be something happening with Star Tours. Over here is the Pride Month photo op for Hollywood Studios, and right next to it is the start of some mysterious work walls. And these work walls continue all the way down Grand Avenue around the left side entrance of the Grand Avenue area, which is home to the Muppets currently. And that brings us back to the rumor of the Muppets being added to Rock and Roller Coaster. Currently, there is Muppet Vision 3D, Pizza Rizzo, and back in the back, there's Mama Melrose. But that's all that's here. There's a lot closed. There's a gift shop that's closed, and now we have these work walls. Work walls are interesting because nothing's been announced. Nothing's been planned, but there seems to be some actual demolition happening, some major work happening behind those walls. Last time I came here and I saw it, I thought it was just going to be some path work, but they're actually demoing the ledge in the planter area that's behind there. So what could be happening? Well, because Star Tours is right next to the Grand Avenue area, and because the Muppets are rumored, possibly, it's a very small rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but because there's that rumor, there's a good possibility that the Muppets may no longer inhabit the Grand Avenue area of the park and may take over the Rock and Roller Coaster Plaza. And then that would mean there's an opening. Currently, the gift shop for Muppet Vision is closed still. It never reopened after 2020. And so there's really nothing back here. There's a whole area back here that's closed off. You just have the exit of Muppet Vision and Mama Melrose's, Pizza Rizzo, and Muppet Vision 3D. So, what I would propose to happen here, now I don't know if this is going to happen, this isn't a rumor, there's nothing like that happening, but what I would like to see is that they tear down the brick wall where they currently have all of the work walls, and they create a new entrance to Star Tours. Adding Star Tours to this area wouldn't really make sense because it doesn't go along with the Muppet theme, of course, but the Muppets would be gone if we were going along with the idea of the rumored Rock and Roller Coaster retheme. And I would propose that this entire area be rethemed into Star Wars to extend Galaxy's Edge into the actual parks outside of Galaxy's Edge. Quite interesting. This is the brick wall right here that I would suggest they tear down. This is just backstage access for cast members. So all they would have to do is, cut off that backstage access, and the entrance could then cut in front of what is now the exit store for Star Tours. And while we're over in this area of the park, I thought we would just head back the other way through Galaxy's Edge, because I guess there is something worth mentioning here, but we'll go over on that side. So back here on the other side of Galaxy's Edge, we have the entrance portal for the Galactic Star Cruiser. And the one thing of note here is that the Galactic Star Cruiser is announced to be closing later this year. It's been only open for like a year and a half, but it's going to be closing. Way too expensive. Too little people can experience it, and that's going to go away. I was going to make a whole video on the Galactic Star Cruiser closing, but then more information came out, and I was going to talk about what I think could happen with the Galactic Star Cruiser, what I think Disney might do. But my idea was that they could just turn it into a regular hotel, but I don't think that's actually going to happen. They're apparently going to write it off, or it's going to be a tax write-off mostly. And that pretty much means they're not going to use it. So most likely it'll just get demolished. But we'll see what actually ends up happening. I was going to ride Slinky Dog while I was out here in Toy Story Land, but it is currently down, so we're just going to move on to our next update, which is right down the pathway here. This is now a month or two old by now, but just opened recently down this way of Toy Story Land is the Roundup Rodeo, which is a barbecue restaurant. I've heard good things, but I have not made my way out yet. I will have to do that soon. Another recent update is that the Municiberg area has reopened, or at least it was announced to have reopened to it's just mainly Pixar related. However, it doesn't appear to be open right now. So that is really going to be it for the updates here at Hollywood Studios. On to the next park. So to get to our next park, I'm actually here on the Skyliner taking a little bit of a ride. There's a nice breeze coming in. It is hot outside today, but we are heading over to EPCOT because really Hollywood Studios and EPCOT are the only two parks currently at Disney World that have, some active work going on. Magic Kingdom recently opened Tron. Animal Kingdom has some work walls up, but there's nothing happening with those over in Dino Land. We don't know what's happening there. I mean, they talked about adding Moana and possibly Zootopia into Animal Kingdom. So we don't know what is actually happening over in Animal Kingdom currently. However, EPCOT, the entire center area of EPCOT is still under construction. So that is where we are heading now. We're going to take a look at what that looks like. Probably hop on the monorail and take a trip over to the Magic Kingdom and just come straight back to EPCOT to get a view down into the center area to see what the progress is on that. Opening date is estimated for fall 2023, which is this year. So we're going to see what that looks like. I think they have been making a lot of progress. They've been prepping a lot of the land to get ready for path work. So, shouldn't be long now. I was actually here yesterday, just hanging out with some family, and I noticed that there's these two poles right there, very close to the Skyliner. And I know it's probably nothing, but over in that direction is Disney Springs. So how cool would it be if they were making an extension for the Skyliner over to Disney Springs? Not going to happen. Nothing announced. Nothing rumored. But those are interesting. I don't think I've ever seen those before. And here we are in Epcot's World Showcase. And the first update is the barges are gone. Harmonious is no more at all, like it never happened. There's still some work going on to remove some of the infrastructure for all of the barges, but most of what you see out there now are the barges for the current Epcot Forever show, just for pyro, fireworks. But now they're working on the new show. Who knows when that will open or what it will be? We haven't gotten anything other than there will be a new show. So that's the first update, and we'll see. We'll continue to monitor the progress of this, see what happens. There have been a lot of big trucks coming in and out of Epcot, but that could be for anything. That could be even not Disney related, but World Showcase Lagoon is free to look across again. And as of recording this, Flower Garden is still going on, so there are topiaries and, all that food around. Next up here in the Canada Pavilion, just getting a little facelift, a little refurb. I don't think there's anything major going on here, just a facelift. But they've got that whole area blocked off so that they can do some work there. The Starbucks, or the previous Starbucks before Connections Cafe opened, it has a little bit of work walls back here. Would just be some planter work, or who knows, maybe they're preparing to change this into something, because it is nothing currently. There are also some more work walls that were here next to the Imagination Pavilion. I'm not really sure what these are. These have been up for a while. They may just be part of the new overall center refurbishment, which is right over there. Over here, we do have some progress with this center area. You've got the new Communicore building, which is going to house meet and greets, some entertainment. That's moving along, but we're over there, these bathrooms used to be fully behind work walls, but they've uncovered those. And I'm assuming at some point, once they get done with those bathrooms, this work wall right here will actually come down to allow guests back there to have access to this bathroom. But other than that, the area is still blocked off in the center, and we'll see some more progress on that. On the back side of the Imagination Pavilion, behind the reverse waterfall, we actually can get a look down into those work walls that were along the pathway. And we'll take a look. Always nice coming up here. Usually there's not too many people, and you got to enjoy the jumping fountains. But down here is where those work walls were, and this is open to guest view. So I'm gonna go ahead and film this because this is, you know, you can just walk up and see this. It's not behind work walls on this side, but they've really let this place go. There used to be a food booth down there during Food and Wine. Maybe they'll bring that back this year, but you can see there's a lot of dead plants down there. There is some equipment down that way, so they're doing some work, land moving and whatnot, but who knows what they're doing. Maybe they'll rip up this pathwork, make it a bigger grassy area, but this is a nice area once it is open, or it was. Who knows what it's going to look like now, but that's a look over there. The Imagination Pavilion is something that does need a lot of work, so I wouldn't be surprised if at some point within the next couple years we hear something about this. Journey into Imagination needs a real update. There's a Mickey Shorts area back there that just needs to be something else. There's a lot of work to be done here. Over here at the Land Pavilion, during the month of June, there is a pass holder lounge in Sunshine Seasons. You can go visit there, get some snacks, some ice cold water, some sitting time, some resting. But here we are at another look at the new Communicore building. Still having lots of work done. Just taking a peek through these work walls, you can actually see the Moana Journey of Water. It should just take these down. Here we can actually see the top of the rock work in the Moana Journey of Water. This looks pretty much all but open. We're at the front of the park, walking through this corridor of work walls. We'll hop on the monorail to get a bird's eye view. As I'm walking up to the monorail here, I should just mention we're not making a stop at Magic Kingdom. There's nothing really to update about that Magic Kingdom, so we're just going there and then heading back so that we can get the loop around Spaceship Earth and around World Celebration, and then we'll see what's going on. And with that trip on the monorail, we were able to see more work going on in World Celebration, including the work on the Communicore building. That whole area, the whole center area, still looks like it has a lot of work to do. But there's some progress. There's new things every single day popping up in there. Moana, we got to look at that. That thing looks done. So who knows if they'll open that thing a little bit early. They said that that's going to open in fall 2023 with everything else. So who knows if they decide to maybe open it up a little bit early, have a really extended period of previews. But we're going to head back into EPCOT because there's one final thing to take a look at. Some very exciting news, possibly, and then I'm gonna get something to eat. It is dinner time and I am hungry. We've made it over here to Guardians of the Galaxy because there appears to be some preparation for an extended queue. Now this could be for the pending summer crowds. But seeing that Disney expects, and the other parks expect, slower summer this year, a lot of people believe that this is preparation for opening up Guardians of the Galaxy finally to standby queue instead of virtual queue. So we'll see what actually happens with that. All right, and as the sun is setting here over Walt Disney, that is going to do it for me at EPCOT at Hollywood Studios, updating what is going on in those parks currently for the month of June. I will be coming back to Disney World to update on Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. There is something happening in Magic Kingdom. I said there wasn't earlier, but I totally forgot. How could I even forget that Splash Mountain is closed and it's becoming Tiana's Bayou Adventure? So that is a huge update that I somehow forgot. But we're going to go to Magic Kingdom very soon to see the work going on with that. It is moving fairly quickly. So we'll see what is going on this month at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And then, of course, we'll have to visit Universal Orlando to see what is going on at Islands of Adventure and all of the work going on at Universal Studios right now. I think out of all the parks in Orlando, Universal Studios has the most work going on. They have several areas of the park behind work walls, but we'll go see that very soon. For today, that'll do it. Have a good one. I'll see you all next time, whenever it is, wherever I am. Stay good. Peace.